contained. As a matter of fact, we have an update on it. Fires burned about 3,700 acres. A man accused of killing 10 people at a grocery store in Colorado has been found not competent to stand trial. The shooting in March happened at a King supermarket in Boulder. Prosecutors had asked for a second court-ordered evaluation yesterday, and the judge agreed. Traffic from the helpful Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center. We'll make it easy. We've got problems in the Topanga area.
With that, guys, comment I just want to give you an update on this. The best info we're getting. No, we're not going to fly out there, so we don't pick up a news story. But Topanga County now, a little bit north of Pacific Coast Highway, it seems to be a definite problem. Now, I'm sure you've got that direction. So I've watched the delays with the guys that swap for both lanes or flag traffic going through. There seems to be a north and south a long run in north and south. Nothing too expensive yet. Now we got a real bad problem on the 160 that we're first able to find the circle. Westbound 16 crossroads, 54 to 605. Lanes have been blocked here for more than half an hour, and now it's all through left and a time door. Bottom line, boy, it's just getting slower and slower coming away from the 57. But obviously stopped a little bit before it reaches. So west the lane, Dale Valley, the Stanford of Vita Play. Now the west end itself, coming off Kellogg Hill, as you know, every morning is really slow. But mind you, at least all ends up, so if you can deal with it, that's okay. And finally, another look at the 6055, the transition. North 605, north 5, it's getting slower and slower. Once you get down to 5, I think it'll be okay. Internet out there, this Superwoman, SuperWarrior.com. Jeff Boss, AF high in the sky.
Here we go. Every festival for which I'm very famous for. I work at living in Southern California in the worst possible way. Of course I do. The traffic, beyond insane. The cost of housing is completely crazy. The taxes. Well, how about the termites? Southern California is termite central, and it's not a matter of when, it's if. And of course I've had termites at my house too. So let me tell you what I do. And that is I'm a customer of Pacific Coast Termites. Now, if you know you have termites who dump bugs flying around and small piles of sawdust on the floor, I can use a phone call for that. You got to deal with termites. And they do it without panicking. No double bagging your food or tuck filling or going to a hotel. But you can actually be at home when they come out and try to do that with a shadow. But also, they're going to come out and give you a free home inspection. And that's no obligation, certainly assistance supply. And they'll come out and tell you.
Oh,
You do this early days, you can catch them before they start doing damage. Call 800-PACIFIC, 800-PACIFIC. Visit PacificCoastTermite.com, 800-PACIFIC.
The clean, friendly way.
Southern California weather from KFI, sunny today, highs in the mid-60s at the beaches to the low 70s. Metro LA, the Valley's OC, and the IE. We read local.
Usual fenders.
24-hour newsroom. I'm 50.
Live free. Go Solar American Stop with Semper Solaris. Semper Solaris is your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor. Add Tesla Powerwall and be ready for blackout. We get the job done with esprit de corps and honor. Semper offers new AC systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. We hire vets and give back to the community with our Semper Cares initiative. Go solar and declare your independence. No down, interest or payments till 2023. Get the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. $500 downloadable coupon. $500 off for military, first responders, and healthcare workers. Call 877-211-5591. That's 877-211-5591. Or visit SemperSolaris.com. 26% federal tax credit based on eligibility. Consult your tax advisor. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Some restrictions apply. New customers only. Call or see website for details. Expires 10/31/2021. CSW number 978-152.
I'm celebrating National Beer Day by trying all the craft beers at Good Times Cafe, staying the night, then doing it again. Now I'll give you top reasons to visit the Loser.
We've got all the ball games on Ballroom-size TV everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Get a roomy 2-person dome tent when you earn 500 points on your reward card the 18th or 19th.
And the number 1 reason.
Robin 6, live November 13th. Get your tickets now.
Morongo. Good time.
Do you need a new water heater? Water Heaters Only, with over 53 years in business, offers low prices, quality same-day service, and 0% deferred interest financing. Visit waterheatersonly.com. That's waterheatersonly.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Staples Connect has innovative tech and tools for small business and remote workers and learners. Right now, Apple AirPods Pro are only $199. You save $50. Explore what's new at your local Staples or staplesconnect.com. Ends 10/16, limit 2 while supplies last. Staples Connect, a working and learning store.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Live,
KFI AM 640,
local.
and our radio station.
KFI AM 640, Bill Handel, Morning Cruise on a Tuesday morning, October 12th. We continue with Handel on the news. Just a little in for Jennifer this morning and this week. Wayne not feeling very good this morning. Woke up and
You know, there's a lot of that going around, even with people who are vaccinated.
what? Wayne not feeling good?
Yes, particularly, specifically Wayne.
I
Deborah
don't,
Mark,
I don't think he has COVID. I think he just
No.
wasn't feeling well this morning.
that's what I mean. Deborah Mark, one of our editors, they're all vaccinated and they're all not feeling well. And
Well, I mean, that's a big stretch. I mean, it's basically
no, I'm not comparing them. What I'm saying is they're saying they don't have COVID, but they have other things.
Oh,
that,
okay.
you know.
The first thing when you start feeling bad, you just run to get a test.
Yeah, and that's what Deborah did.
Yeah,
and
and
that's what one of our other
Yeah.
people did. Anyway.
Newport Beach homeowner who shot and killed an intruder is cleared of criminal wrongdoing. Now, here's my question, Chris. Well, why is this even a news item? You have this crazy guy who lives in a crazy guy house.
So that's the newsy part right there.
All right, a few doors down from this home that this couple owns. So he is screaming and ranting and raving. He runs down the street, breaks into their door, yelling, their front door, screaming at the top of his lungs, goes up the stairs towards their bedroom, and the husband takes out his gun and basically air conditions the guy. He has holes in his body now.
Boom.
Okay, where's the issue here? Intruder breaking into your house, going up the stairs, you yell, stop it, get out of here, and he doesn't, so you shoot him. And now we're not going to charge him. Of course they're not going to charge him.
That is a great question, and when you present it like that, I'm like, okay, that doesn't really make sense that they would say, we're not going to charge him.
I know, you just ignore it. It's the cat who didn't run up the tree. I mean, this is there's no liability
Well,
here.
it's because it was some weird dude, and then he ran up the stairs, and it was like a made-for-TV movie, and he got shot.
I think the issue is that there's this halfway house or rehab house or something. Especially the property values in that neighborhood are doing well.
I'm sure they're not doing terribly. Okay, so former UFC fighter Chuck Liddell was arrested on Monday. That's what they say. That's what TMZ says, on suspicion of domestic battery against his wife. But Liddell said he was the victim of the altercation and that he was not arrested because he didn't fight back. Really weird. Now, TMZ usually gets it straight.
Yeah, and the part of the story I really like is he lives in Hidden Hills. You know what the property values are in Hidden Hills? Huge. You know how much money you have to buy a house in Hidden Hills? So I guess he did okay.
I think Janet Jackson used to live in Hidden Hills.
Oh, a lot of people live in Hidden Hills. Yeah, it's in the millions and millions. It's a horse area. A lot of horse equestrian stuff. Do I know anybody that lives in Hidden Hills? Yeah, a couple people.
Okay.
They certainly have a lot more money than I have.
All right, well, are you, this is yours.
Coming up with mine. I'm sorry, I'm moving the paperwork.
That's all right.
For that.
You're filling out your checkbook?
All right, yesterday was not only Columbus Day, but at the same time Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah.
And we're moving in that direction. Columbus Day is going to disappear. There aren't that many Italians with that much influence left. Nobody really cares. Now we have a swing to Indigenous Peoples Day and recognizing them. And frankly, and I'm in favor of that, by the way, because Columbus was the son of a bitch.
Oh,
I mean, he really was. He was a horrible human being. And, quote, discovered the New World. Well, the Vikings did it 500 years before. And Columbus never actually, I think, set foot
on the mainland is Hispaniola. I think figure somewhere near Hades where he set foot.
Right.
And what he did to the indigenous people is like beyond comprehension. Enslaved them, brought over disease. I mean, he was a bastard. And yesterday I did a segment. It was all political. Declaring Columbus Day as a national holiday. 100% political because of the Italian vote. And yesterday talked about how a group of Italian men were hanged, and the Italian community went completely crazy. They were accused of whatever crime and literally lynched, and all of a sudden in an uproar. Okay, how about Columbus Day? Celebrating. Also, there was the 400th anniversary of the landing of Columbus. In any case, Indigenous Peoples Day is going to happen and is happening more and more. I think, was it yesterday that the mayor apologized on behalf of the city?
Yes.
And,
Yep. He said that they want to erase the people. Here's what he said. We're sorry as a city for all the things that were done as a Spanish city, a Mexico city, an American city to erase the peoples whose land this is and always will be.
right, I'm going to rename Los Angeles because let's name Los Angeles the insert name of indigenous tribe here city.
I wonder if that'll ever happen.
Right. Well, I mean, the indigenous people recognizing them and the Native Americans.
Oh, sure.
I think it's an important thing. Oh, on top of that, on top of what Columbus did, the United States broke every single treaty that it signed with the Native tribes. I mean, every one. There wasn't one that was upheld.
Isn't that fascinating?
And basically during the 1800s and the Indian Wars.
Well, there's also a push to rename the Christopher Columbus Transcontinental Highway as part of the 10 freeway
Yeah.
is labeled. And I forgot where it is. I think it's out towards, like, I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Palm Springs area.
Also, you have El Camino Real that Father Jupiter set up the missions. There's another SOB.
Yeah.
Who used slave labor to build the missions. Boy, that's special.
I was just down there in San Juan Capistrano a few weeks ago, and I was looking at the mission, and I was thinking, man, people still love to go and see these things.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah, but what they represent
Yeah,
is
slave labor.
astronomical. I mean, it's
Yeah.
atrocious.
Father Sarah, they got the Sarah Highway.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid studying El Camino Real. You know the 101 out near, what's the off-ramp? Like Reseda area, going...
Not my part of town, sorry, sir.
East, and there's a sign, El Camino Real.
Oh, yeah.
We march every 20 miles. All right, take a break, and we're coming back, and we'll finish up. Handle on the news on this Tuesday morning. Let's check in with Chris Little in the newsroom.
Members of the House are scrambling to Washington to pass a short-term lift of the nation's debt limit. Today's vote will ensure the federal government can continue to pay its bills through December. The Biden administration is again urging courts to step in and suspend a new law in Texas that has banned most abortions in the state since early September. And China is pledging $230 million to establish a fund to protect biodiversity in developing countries and asking other countries to help. We will check in with the KFI in the sky next.
I look in the mirror, and what does your mouth look like? Your missing teeth, decayed, falling out, your uppers, maybe your lowers, maybe both. You ever notice people, I don't care how bright someone is, people who have teeth missing just look like idiots. I mean, they do. So why deal with that? Cunning Dental, a new permanent teeth in a day procedure done in one day, actually over the course of several hours. It puts you to sleep, and then you wake up a few hours later with this beautiful, natural-looking smile. These teeth are permanent. They're there forever. You don't worry about dentures anymore, any dental procedure. And this is a big deal. It really is. I mean, this changes people's lives. You'll bite, and, you'll chew the way you used to. You'll smile in photos again. You'll have a lot more confidence when you speak. You don't have to hide your mouth. I mean, it's a huge, huge difference with Cunning Dental. Until November 30th, $1,500 off your procedure. No money down payment plans on approval of credit. And if you have dental insurance, you have to use it by the end of the year. It's a use it or lose it proposition. Call 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE. That's 888-640-SMILE. Looking to save money on auto insurance? It's easy. Get your free quote at AAA.com/insurance. You could save even more when you bundle your homeowners or renter's policy too. Visit AAA.com/insurance today for your free quote. Southern California weather, sunny today, highs in the mid-60s at the beaches to the low 70s, Metro LA, the Valley's OC, and the Inland Empire. This report brought to you by the Auto Club of Southern California. We've got headaches on the 91 in Cerritos.
Boy, well put, Chris, indeed. But we're going to talk about the West Side 91 now, in between the I-5 and the 605. We're circling over the interchange. Boy, if there's one truck you don't want to mess with, it's the concrete mixer and the driver here. There's been a bad crash here. Fire department just left, so I guess everybody's okay. But westbound, just before the 605, it's like right lane, well, I'll call it a lane and a half, but bottom line, it's really jammed now coming away from Carmenita. That's a little bit to the west side of the I-5. Artesia Boulevard, Alondra to the north, any of those will help you if you're trying to get over towards the 605. Once you do get past this, I can vouch for the rest of the drive. Wow, right through North Long Beach over towards the 710. There's some brake lights I can see going through the 710, but it's a great drive. Now, the eastbound side, well, it's getting a little slower. Everybody's kind of looking across the freeway here. And the 605 itself, well, that's in pretty good shape going up to the 5. It's a little slow. Now, the West 60 is the other big problem area. Just before the 605 at Crossroads, we had lanes blocked. We left it just a few minutes ago. Solid backup through Azusa. The West End, it's not great. That's for sure. It's real slow coming off 57th, but at least all lanes still open. Injured in an accident, this is Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Law, KFI in the sky.
This report is sponsored by Southern California Edison. Southern California Edison wants you to know that downed wires are dangerous and that you should never step in water near a downed wire because it can be electrified. Stay away and call 911. Stay alert, stay safe. Learn more at SCE.com/stay safe.
Concerned about COVID? COVID Clinic can help with multiple locations throughout SoCal. COVID Clinic offers testing for schools, businesses, or travel with no cost to patients. Testing available and rapid results that can detect the Delta variant. Results usually available within an hour. And if you test positive, COVID Clinic can help you find treatment. Even if you're vaccinated, you can still contract COVID, especially during the holiday season. Find your nearest location at covidclinic.org. That's covidclinic.org. Hey, it's Jerry. Medicare annual enrollment is here, and it's time to keep your Medicare moving forward with SCAN Health Plan. SCAN is a comprehensive Medicare Advantage plan with new cost-saving benefits. Plans for 2022 may include $125 monthly give-back, lower out-of-pocket costs, more included dental coverage, and more. To learn more, call SCAN Health Plan at 1-855-479-7226, TTY 711, or ask your local agent about SCAN. Call SCAN to see if you qualify. SCAN Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in SCAN Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 38,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Workers value their independence now more than ever. And companies are beginning to value independent workers the same. The old ways of working, the old structures are falling. But stock in each other, in each other's vision, each other's talents, cultures, experiences. That's on the rise. Build your team on the world's work marketplace. Upward. Up we go.
San Manuel Casino is changing its name and changing the game. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel, with 2 new casino floors, now with over 6,500 slots, the most in the West. A new high limit room for 5 elevated gaming experiences, new luxury retail shops, restaurants and bars, and even more thrills to come. Experience a level of thrill that California has never seen before. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Details at yamaba.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Can you believe the holidays are almost here? When you think about that, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For me, it's the smiling faces of friends and family as we celebrate together. I'm Larry Green of System Taylor, America's #1 designer and installer of elegant outdoor living systems. Today, I'd like to help bring a smile to you and your loved one's faces too. For a limited time, System Taylor is sharing our exclusive friends and family pricing. This is your chance to save big on an outdoor makeover that'll make every get-together more memorable than ever. From a new patio or fire pit to upgrading your driveway or entry, take advantage of the low prices during our Home for the Holidays Friends and Family Savings event. Get started right now by calling 800-PAVE-004. That's 800-PAVE-004. Hurry, this exclusive Friends and Family pricing won't last forever. 800-PAVE-004. That's systemfavors.com.
All orders must be placed by October 31st, and installation must commence within 60 days of sale. Financing subject to third-party approval. See website for full offer details. Contractor's license 661575.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation. So it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow. That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
Can we talk about you drooling on yourself?
That was not intentional, which is troubling. I picked up my coffee cup, and there was no coffee in it, but I was going to take a drink. My mouth started getting ready for hot coffee by producing a little extra spit, and then my lip just went, and that thing, a little thing of spit went on my shirt.
Gary and Shannon, weekdays at 10 a.m.
Oh, good times. I didn't know you were there yet.
on KFI.
And good morning, Bill Handel here. It is a Tuesday, October 12th, as we finish up Handel on the news with Chris Whittle in for Wayne this week. Matter of fact, in for Jennifer Jones-Lee. Wayne is not here today. He woke up feeling kind of horrible this morning. And there's me. So let's move on.
Hopefully Wayne doesn't have to go to Kaiser Permanente today because it looks like they're going to go on strike.
Yeah, and we're not the doctors, which are actually, the doctors,
healthcare workers.
Yeah, the doctors are partners in Kaiser. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
It's really an interesting business model. But you're right, the healthcare workers.
I also know they have about 2,500 patients each. Some of them have 3,000. My doctor has 2,500 patients.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he says, well, I don't see them all, and some of them hardly ever come in, and others are just getting prescriptions refilled.
Yeah, and the others are live at Kaiser, the way my family does.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one. I always ask the same question to everybody. And by now, people who listen to the show know the answer to this. Kaiser Permanente. Where do they get the Permanente name? Do you know?
You know, I do not know.
Okay. Because the Kaiser steel plant was on the Permanente River in Sacramento.
Oh, so it started up there.
It started up there, and it was one of the shipbuilding plants, and that's where the HMO Kaiser Permanente started.
I've had Kaiser for 30 years.
I've had Kaiser since I've been 5.
So
my wife,
5 years?
my wife has had Kaiser since she's been 1.
Wow.
Her Kaiser number is 2, right after Henry Kaiser.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'd like to have it too.
Sure, why not? There is a baby cereal being sold at Walmart, no longer being sold at Walmart, called Parents' Choice Rice Baby Cereal. It has been removed, recalled, because testing shows increased limits of inorganic arsenic. What is inorganic arsenic?
I don't know. I've
Versus
never-
organic arsenic?
If it was organic, I guess it'd be okay. Arsenic does show up in some things. Obviously, it shows up in baby cereal.
Now, you got to be very careful when you're buying lace, particularly older lace, because that has a lot of arsenic in it.
Yes, it does.
All right.
So you got to be careful. Hey, Governor Newsom has signed a bill that's going to change, how life-saving animal blood is collected. I guess you can't force, or you can't have any blood slave dogs anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing.
I didn't either.
And so blood that's used to save your animals, and when your dog needs a transfusion, where do you get it? You would think it'd be from volunteer dogs that go to the blood banks and the vans. No,
Right.
turns out that they're held as blood slaves. They're kept in captivity and they're drained of their blood. I think every couple of weeks.
I've also drink your blood.
Well, I
And
wouldn't
they
say
just sit there in
drained.
cages. What?
I wouldn't say drained. Maybe tapped, borrowed, used. But you
Yeah.
drain them, they come up empty, I think, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Also, you're out of blood. Good point. I was very vampire-like in my thinking at that point.
You are, and you look like one too.
Thank you very much. Colorado Wildlife, the officers remove this is a story. Well, let me go the other way. There's a bull elk that was running around with a tire on its antlers and its neck. And just, wow, there you go, just carrying an extra tire. I guess just a spare, and he was part of the auto club. I have no idea. And he walked around, and if anybody needed a tire in the park. And they finally got him. They tranquilized him and took the tire off. It weighed 35 pounds. I mean, that's a heavy thing weighing around your neck.
And
You're
he's
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I was going to say, I wonder if it even bothered him.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not, because those antlers, for example, the big ones, the 5-pointers or 8-pointers,
Yeah.
12-pointers, those weigh on top of your head. So I'm assuming and around your neck, it's going to be less weight that you have to carry. So, or at least, carrying 50 pounds, you die, and it just, if you go 10 feet, you can't stand it. Being 50 pounds overweight and it's all in your gut, you can do that all day long. Distribution. So tire around an elk's neck is distributed appropriately. I just made that up, by the way.
That's very good. You're fascinating. Amazon says it's going to allow a lot of tech corporate workers to continue working at home as long as they can drive in.
When needed.
When necessary, yeah.
But they're going to be working for the most part at home,
Right.
so that means a whole hell of a lot fewer people go to the headquarters, and there are a lot of lunch places that are not very happy about that, and business places.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe everybody needs to do that because this traffic now is worse than it's ever
Yeah, I
been.
know. With people working from home,
Yeah.
I know people. Well, look at our sales department down there. People come in once a week. The place is a ghost town.
Our parking garage is a ghost town. When you come in early in the morning, it gets maybe 10 more cars parked in it.
In the meantime, traffic, you're right, is as bad as it has ever been.
Killer.
Yeah, there you go. Traffic, taxes, termites. All right, we're done.
Okay.
Fair enough. Pacific Coast just got a cheap plug.
Well, did you say Pacific Coast, or did you say?
I just said termites. I just wanted to bring that in.
Okay, I got you.
Coming up, the climate crisis. And it goes on, and we always kick the can down the road. There's some things coming up right now that have to be dealt with, and because the window is closing. And I'll explain that story when we come back. This is KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't let KFI fill you in once in a while, you could miss it.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Trying to figure out why. I'm Chris Little, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Federal investigators are trying to figure out what happened to make a small plane crash into a neighborhood in San Diego County. A UPS driver and a doctor from Arizona were killed yesterday when the plane nosedived into a delivery truck, and 2 homes in Santee. 2 other people were hurt. Officials say it's not yet known how many people were aboard the plane, but the crash was not survivable. Neighbors say they worked together to help people who were in the homes that were hit by the plane.
There were people running outside their homes, and people coming in cars from, who knows, blocks away.
This woman who lives nearby heard the explosion. She says she went down the street and saw the UPS truck, which witnesses say was hit by the plane.
It was all twisted.
She says heroic neighbors who also live nearby ran over to help a couple who lived in one of the 2 homes that were destroyed in the crash.
Rescued the lady who lives in the house, and then they had to knock the fence down to get the husband out.
10 other homes were damaged. In Santee, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
News is brought to you by veteran-owned SemperSolaris.com. California Attorney General Rob Bonta has started an investigation into that oil spill off the coast of Huntington Beach.
Bonta says he doesn't want to see this ever happening again.
My office is committed to devoting the people and the resources necessary to ensure this environmental disaster is fully investigated, and we will follow the facts wherever they lead.
Bonta was taken on a flyover of the affected areas near the oil platform and along the coast yesterday. Then he met up with reps from Amplify Energy, the owners of the pipeline. He also met with officials from the State Department of Fish and Wildlife and the Coast Guard. Steve Gregory, Kfi News. Many families in the U.S. are being forced to look for cheaper ways to eat and heat their homes this winter. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze says that's because the price of food and fuel is on the way up.
Meat, poultry, fish, and eggs all up more than 15% since before the pandemic. The CEO of Kraft Heinz now saying we are raising prices where necessary around the world.
They raised them on bananas, as you might have heard earlier in the Handel show, Handel on the News. I talked about bananas. Anyway, other food giants have announced price increases too, including Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Lawmakers in the House have returned to Washington, D.C. to vote on a bill to raise the federal debt limit to $480 billion.
Just as they did in the Senate, the House is expected to pass the debt limit on a straight party vote. All Democrats voting yes, Republicans no. And it's just a 2-month Band-Aid that falls off in December when Congress must do it again.
ABC's Andy Fields says the bill was approved in the Senate last week. Lawmakers have an October 18th deadline to raise the debt limit, or the U.S. is going to default on its debt for the first time ever. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. It looks like we've got problems on the 710.
Yeah, a lot of traffic, that's for sure. Now, we've been telling you about all these container ships sitting in the harbor waiting to unload. Once they do that, it's a rig that's got to get it to you. So it's a real busy place down there. There was a little bit of a problem northbound, 710, right around the 105. That looks to be clearing now over to the shoulder, but it's going to be a little slow going through there. But once you get through that, pretty good drive up to the I-5 and then wherever you're headed from there. Southbound, a little slow around the 91 and 405. I think it's just a squeeze play going down there, but all lanes are open. Now, 3 big trouble spots. We'll start with the westbound 60 before the 605. Bad crash there, lasted about an hour. That is cleared to the shoulder, really slow, coming away from the 57. The westbound 91 coming through Cerritos. A problem right at the 605. That was clearing as we just left it a few minutes ago. Back up to the I-5. And now coming through Garden Grove. Westbound 22 before Magnolia. Lanes blocked there, really backed up. Garden Grove Boulevard, usually a good way around that. Boy, busy morning there. Interested in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Jeff Law, KFI in the sky.
Every new Toyota comes with peace of mind, standard. That's because you get Toyota Care no-cost maintenance when you buy or lease any new Toyota car, truck, or SUV. Toyota Care covers all normal factory scheduled services for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first, and even includes 24-hour roadside assistance and lockout protection. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
Hi, you must be Tina.
Yeah, that's me.
I recognized you right away. Wow, you look just like your picture.
And you are...
I'm Carlos. You didn't recognize me?
Kinda.
Kinda doesn't cut it. That's why Toyota certified technicians only use genuine Toyota parts. So they fit your Toyota perfectly. Toyota Service Center. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
Will I be able to smile again?
Can I eat my favorite food?
Can I live without worrying about my teeth?
These are questions we hear every day at Clear Choice Dental Implant Center. In a free 1-hour consultation, we can provide answers. You may be a candidate for dental implants, which look, feel, and function like real teeth. And if you are, the answer to, can I feel like myself again, will be yes.
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 To find out more, visit us at clearchoice.com.
The KFI Financial Report brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow is down 37 points. S&P 500 is off 2. NASDAQ is up 15. The price of a regular gallon of gas in California is $4.40.
Bay Alarm security systems can change with your business, so you're right for now and ready for the next.
Southline weather from KFI. Sunny today. Highs in the mid-60s at the beaches to the low 70s. Metro LA, the valleys, and Orange County, and the Inland Empire. Right now, Irvine 55, San Clemente 54. It's 58 in Long Beach, 57 in Los Angeles. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Chris Little. It is a Tuesday, October 12th. Bill Handel here in the morning crew. be gusty winds out there for sure. Some of the stories we are covering, the Giants beat the Dodgers in Game 3 last night of the NL National League Division Series. Yeah. And we're waiting for a press conference, which we're not going to carry, I don't think, but a Wyoming coroner is holding a virtual press conference today to discuss the Gabby Petito autopsy. Climate change is something that I talk about a whole lot, and it is on a lot of people's minds, particularly this time, because it's this time of year, and what's going on politically. Because usually climate change is something we talk about in abstract. Look what's happening, you can point it out, we're one step removed. Well, we're not one step removed right now. There is a window that is closing. So the U.S., which happens to be the largest carbon polluter in history, that's us, is now closer than ever to really take some sweeping and lasting action on the climate crisis. Why? Because in the middle of the Build Back Better Act, this is President Biden's $3.5 trillion safety net act, which he wants passed, and it's not going to happen. That $3.5 trillion is now off the table. We're talking about 1.9 to 2.3. It looks like there's going to be some kind of a settlement, some kind of negotiation, compromise on those lines. But part of the bill, and this one is not going to go away, and that's dealing with climate change. Because even the most conservative people out there who historically, oh no, there's no climate change, it's a hoax, kind of hard to argue now. And now the controversy is, has man exacerbated climate change? Have we made it worse with the fossil fuels that we utilize? And the answer clearly is yes, but that's the last part of the negotiation. And so you still have Republicans who are fighting it like crazy. So what are the Democratic leaders doing? What is Joe Biden doing with his majority both in the Senate and the House? Well, first of all, that $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill is on the table, except the Democrats want to connect that to the Build Back Better Act. So the Republicans want to separate the two. Let's bifurcate it, which I agree. And the Democrats say, no, we want them both together. Well, that's a real problem. Incidentally, under the Build Back Better Act, the premise is slashing U.S. pollution by up to 45% in the coming decade. And how is Congress going to do that? Well, it has the ability to transform the electricity sector, so it runs mostly on clean energy. Congress can steer the transportation sector towards electric vehicles. Congress can take action on methane pollution, one of the most harmful greenhouse gases. A lot of cows. Cows farting is a big issue, and it really is, in addition to one of the funniest jokes. And also on the political side, you've got West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, who is a Democrat, but it's in name only, really, because he's questioned the Democratic Party's approach to passing both bills simultaneously. He wants to split the two. And he asked the question, what's the urgency we have? Really? Look outside. And so, in part because of Manchin, there's a 50-50 split that is happening in the Senate, even though the Democrats are in control, and I put that in quotes. Their control is when Vice President Kamala Harris votes. That's it. Otherwise, it's a 50-50 split right in the middle. Well, what happens? Because Manchin is, in fact, he is more Republican than he is Democrat, and he and the Republican Party have the ability to just shut this thing down, which they've done. Even progressive leaders are now beginning to manage expectations. Bernie Sanders has suggested that the $3.5 trillion figure could see some give or take. Now, when this conversation first started, I'm talking about even a couple of weeks ago, even 3 weeks ago, he said, we are compromising the $3.5 trillion. We wanted $7 trillion for the Build Back America bill. So at $3.5 trillion, that's our compromise. Well, that disappeared. We're done. So the Democrats have 1 year before the midterm election. Could literally take away the majority from the House and Senate. And if you look at the way elections work in our country, traditionally, the president's party loses seats in Congress in midterm elections, and it looks like that's what's going on. So, while that's happening, at the same time, we have a closing window to literally avert one of the worst catastrophes out there, global warming. Every fraction of a degree is going to translate into lives lost, livelihood lost, the ocean literally moving in. Malibu, if you're crazy enough to spend $15 million for a piece of property on the water in Malibu, you're going to be on stilts, like they do in Louisiana, in the bayou, where they build the houses. And frankly, we can't afford another 10 years on the after. It doesn't happen. So, the best chance is now, and I mean seriously, here's where the scientists were wrong. When we first heard about climate change, it's called global warming back then, and then it moved over to climate change, because actually winters are getting colder, summers are getting hotter, and so it literally is climate change. So the climatologists, the scientists who study this stuff, in the 70s started complaining, saying, we've got a problem on our hands, and a big one, and this was going to happen. And of course they were poo-pooed by people who didn't believe in climate change, who thought, well, it's a hoax, it's a governmental liberal position, and they said the scientists are...
Disney Tango, the new intro.
The scientists were completely wrong. As to the timeline, this happened so much quicker than anticipated, even by the scientists who study climate change. So, the best, John Kerry, who is our climate czar, says the world's last best chance is less than a month away. And why is that? Because we've got the nation's climate conference coming up, and we just have to jump on it. Like right now. And we've been saying right now, for decades, or at some point right now is going to happen. And who's going to roll the dice?